somewhere in the mountains of Mexico, a man is hiding. He has no social media, no confirmed photographs taken in years. He doesn't travel by road. He doesn't use cell phones. And yet, he controls an empire worth tens of billions of dollars, commands an army of over 100,000 soldiers, and has evaded the most powerful intelligence agencies on the planet for over a decade. The United States government has placed a $10 million bounty on his head. Interpol has flagged him as one of the most dangerous criminals alive. And somehow, he's still out there. His name is Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, but the world knows him by two letters, El Mencho. This is the story of how a poor kid from rural Mexico became the most feared drug lord on earth, and why, despite everything, no one can seem to catch him. To understand El Mencho, you have to understand where he came from. He was born on July 17th, 1966, in a tiny village called Citala, in the state of Michoacan, one of Mexico's most beautiful and most violent regions. His family was poor, dirt road poor, the kind of poor where education is a luxury and survival is the only ambition. As a teenager, like thousands of others before him, he made a decision that would define everything. He crossed the border into the United States illegally, looking for work. He ended up in California. And here's where the story takes its first dark turn. Instead of disappearing into the anonymous labor force, picking fruit, washing dishes, Nemesio got pulled into something far more dangerous. He began working as a drug runner for Mexican trafficking networks already operating in California. He was arrested twice, and in 1992, he was deported back to Mexico. Most people at that point would try to start over, go straight, but Nemesio didn't go straight. He went deeper. Back in Michoacan, he joined a local cartel, the Mencho cartel, and started climbing quietly, methodically, learning the business from the inside out, learning who to trust, learning who to eliminate. And the skills he learned in those early years, they would later become the blueprint for something far more terrifying. Throughout the 2000s, Mexico's drug war was reshaping itself. The old order, dominated by the Sinaloa cartel and figures like Chapo Guzman, was at the height of its power. But underneath that power structure, new factions were forming. New ambitions were rising. El Mencho watched and waited. By the early 2000s, he had made his move. Together with a small group of trusted allies, including members of his own family, he founded a new organization. They called it the Cartel Jalisco New Generation CJNG, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. On paper, it was just another cartel. In reality, it was something Mexico and the world had never quite seen before. El Mencho built CJNG differently. He recruited former military and police officers. He invested in military-grade weapons, drones, armored vehicles, .50 caliber rifles, rocket launchers. He structured the organization with near-military discipline. And he made one thing crystal clear from the beginning. Disloyalty had only one consequence. In 2011, CJNG announced itself to the world in the most brutal way imaginable. The bodies of 35 people, alleged rivals, were dumped on a busy highway in Veracruz in broad daylight. A banner was left at the scene bearing the cartel's name. Mexico would never be the same. But the most chilling part isn't how El Mencho announced himself. It's the strategy he used to make sure no one could stop him. Most cartel leaders make a mistake. They get comfortable. They get visible. They trust the wrong people. El Mencho studied every leader who fell before him and built a system designed to survive everything they couldn't. First, compartmentalization. El Mencho operates through a web of middle managers and regional commanders. Very few people know where he is at any given time. Information flows in one direction, down, almost never up. Second, technology and counter-surveillance. El Mencho's security detail reportedly uses multiple encrypted communication systems, regularly sweeps for bugs, and changes locations with no pattern. Some reports suggest he hasn't slept in the same place twice in years. Third, loyalty through family. Many of his top commanders are relatives or childhood friends. His wife, Rosalinda Gonzalez Valencia, known as La Jefa, allegedly helps run financial operations. His son, El Menchito, rose through the ranks until his arrest. His daughter made headlines for posting cartel lifestyle videos online. We'll come back to that. But here's what truly sets El Mencho apart from every cartel boss before him. He declared war, not just on rivals, but on the Mexican government itself. In 2015, CJNG forces shot down a military helicopter with a rocket launcher mid-flight, killing 8 soldiers. This wasn't a skirmish. This was a direct military engagement against the state. Then, in 2019, cartel gunmen ambushed a federal police convoy in Michoacan, killing 13 officers. El Mencho was sending a message. I don't hide from the government. I fight the government. And yet, despite all of this, all the violence, all the headlines, all the international pressure, something kept protecting El Mencho that went far beyond his own strategy. You don't build an empire like CJNG without inside help. Over the years, investigations have revealed an extraordinary level of cartel infiltration into Mexican institutions, local police, state prosecutors, municipal politicians, even elements of the federal government. It's not just his intelligence. It's not just his military capability. It's the network of corrupted officials who benefit from his operation and, whether actively or passively, protect it. El Mencho understood something that Chapo Guzman, Pablo Escobar, and every fallen cartel boss before him never fully grasped. The most dangerous weapon isn't a gun, it's a payroll. But even with all this protection, the cartel made a move so bold that it almost brought everything down in 2021. A young woman named Mencho Oseguera began posting videos online. She was flashy. She posed with horses, exotic animals, designer clothes, and military-grade weapons. She made no effort to hide who her father was. She was El Mencho's daughter. And her social media presence became an intelligence goldmine. Analysts, journalists, and law enforcement agencies began combing through every detail, backgrounds and videos, GPS metadata, facial recognition on associates who appeared with her. The posts were reckless in a way that El Mencho himself would never be. Then came the moment that shook the cartel. In August 2021, Mexican authorities launched a raid in Zapopan, Jalisco. They believed they were closing in on El Mencho himself. What followed was not a quiet arrest. Cartel gunmen ambushed the military convoy. Civilians were caught in the crossfire. The city went into emergency lockdown. El Mencho escaped, but the crack was showing. Reports emerged that he was seriously ill, suffering from advanced kidney disease requiring regular dialysis. For a man who depends on invisibility, medical treatment is a vulnerability that no amount of strategy can fully eliminate. And intelligence agencies took note. Because what happens next reveals just how desperate and how dangerous a cornered El Mencho becomes. Here's something most people don't realize about CJNG. It's not just a Mexican problem. Under El Mencho's leadership, the cartel expanded its operations to more than 35 countries. Europe, Australia, Asia, across Latin America, CJNG distribution networks move methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine, and heroin to almost every corner of the globe. The fentanyl crisis destroying communities across the United States. CJNG is one of the primary suppliers. Tens of thousands of American deaths every year, traced, at least in part, back to the supply chain El Mencho helped build. By 2022, the U.S. Treasury Department designated CJNG as one of the most significant transnational criminal organizations in the world. Sanctions were placed, assets were frozen, arrest warrants multiplied. None of it stopped the operation, because El Mencho had built something that doesn't depend on one man anymore. The machine runs itself. Even if he disappeared tomorrow, analysts believe CJNG would continue operating. Maybe fracture, yes, but not collapse. That's the terrifying legacy he's built. But here's the question everyone keeps asking, and no one can fully answer. The DEA has described El Mencho as the most powerful and dangerous cartel figure in the world today. The U.S. has offered $10 million for information leading to his capture, the same reward once offered for Osama bin Laden. So, why is he still free? Part of the answer is terrain. Jalisco is his home territory. The mountains of western Mexico are vast, rugged, and filled with people whose loyalty or silence has been purchased or enforced. Part of it is counterintelligence. Every time authorities believe they're getting close, the trail goes cold. Safe houses are abandoned. Communication networks go dark. It's as if he can see the search coming before it arrives. And part of it, the uncomfortable part, is that some of the people tasked with finding him may not actually want to find him. In the world of cartel intelligence, the line between hunter and asset is dangerously thin. Multiple reports suggest that at various points, both Mexican and American agencies have at times used cartel figures as informants, creating complicated situations where capturing a target might mean burning a source. El Mencho is not just hiding, he's navigating a maze of competing interests that stretches from the mountains of Jalisco to the offices of Washington, D.C. In recent years, there have been signs, small but significant, that El Mencho's grip may be loosening. His health is reported to be deteriorating. The kidney disease that first surfaced in media reports has reportedly worsened. A man who requires regular medical treatment is a man who must emerge from the shadows. Even briefly, several of his top commanders have been arrested or killed. His son, Ruben Oseguera El Menchito, is currently serving time in the United States after being extradited. His brother-in-law was also arrested. The circle is shrinking. CJNG itself is facing increasing pressure, not just from the government, but from rival cartels who see opportunity in any sign of weakness. The Sinaloa cartel, operating under new leadership after Chapo's imprisonment, continues to contest territory. Smaller regional groups splinter and fight for scraps. The empire is not collapsing, but it is being tested in ways it never has been before. And in the world of cartels, tested empires have a way of eventually breaking. But here's what the analysts, the DEA, and even rival cartel bosses all privately acknowledge. El Mencho didn't just build a cartel. He built a system, a philosophy, a model. He studied every man who fell before him: Escobar, Chapo, the Arellano Felix brothers. And he built the opposite of what they built: less visible, more disciplined, more deeply embedded in the systems that are supposed to stop it. Whether he's captured tomorrow, dies of illness, or lives another decade in the mountains, the organization he created will outlast him. The networks are too wide. The money is too deep. The machine is already bigger than any one man. That's the real story of El Mencho. Not just the rise of a man, but the creation of something that might never fall.